Hello, welcome back to my channel and to today's video, which is another eBay update because it's been a few weeks since I filmed the last one. I've actually missed a week of uploading anything, and that's because I went on holiday. So went away, it was for 5 nights, like 6 days, with my really good friends from home, the twins and Edward. But I was away for a full week actually, because I went to Manchester the day before, and then we had 5 nights in Tenerife, which meant that obviously everything was on pause. I put my account onto holiday mode, same with Vinted, and obviously that meant that I wasn't doing any listing. It was my only proper holiday this year. I had a weekend break in Berlin at the start of January. This is my one holiday this year, so I really wanted to take the opportunity to just fully relax and not think about life whilst I was there. So yeah, I didn't do any eBay or Vinted or any kind of reselling work, or any other kind of work whilst I was there. However, before I went away, I made a very small investment in my reselling business, and for £20 I bought this, which you're probably wondering what it is. But if I open it out, give me 1 second, caller. It is a photography box. So if I do that, you can see that basically it is a box with shiny insides that you can photograph stuff in, and it was 20 quid. To get these new, they're about 50 quid off Amazon. For this size, you can get smaller ones. This is I think it's 45 centimeter one. And it isn't, as well as the box, you also get multiple backgrounds so that you don't have to have the shiny foil. So there's the white one, which I'll be using mainly. You also have blue, black and grey. So it came with them. And on top of that, I'm not going to unfurl them, but there are 2 LED bar lights. And it has a dimmer switch, and that just plugs in to the mains. So yeah, they're brand new. They're about 50-60 quid for the size that I've got for one that's recommended on Amazon, and I paid £24.50 because it was £20, £4.50 postage on eBay for a second-hand one. And my intention behind that was that I had collected quite a lot of pairs of shoes and also some hard goods, that I didn't really have anywhere in this flat to photograph them nicely. And I thought for £20, it's a small investment. It means that I can get much higher quality photos, especially because I've recently upgraded my phone. I've now got the iPhone 15 Pro, which is fantastic because the macro lens on it, or is it micro lens? Either way, like the close-up zoomed in shots are so much better than any other phone I've had. I had the iPhone 13 previously, and it really struggled to get clear pictures of labels or little details on items. So the combination of upgrading my phone and getting that means I can get really great quality photos of shoes and hard goods. So as soon as I got back, that had actually arrived, which was fantastic, and I got the vast majority of my shoes and all of my hard goods photographed. And since then, I've also got through a full one, I'll show you, of these bags. These size bags. I've got through a full one of those, and also one of the clear IKEA storage bags that are probably 2/3 of the size of that, of stock that I have photographed. And what I've been doing is, as I've been going through bags, I had stuff sorted into stuff that was spring, summer and stuff that was autumn, winter. I've been pulling out anything that is more specifically summer or lightweight to get that listed now, and anything that's autumn winter, I've kept that separately. That's why that bag is half full, because that's got autumn winter stock in it, ready for me to get photographed and listed once I've got through my summer backlog. So I've been really productive. I need to get on with more listing now. I've got just about all of my hard goods listed. So next up is all the shoes, and then start filing through the clothes. But at the moment, I have over 800 pictures in my the album that I have on my phone. I've said this many times before, but I have a separate photo album on my phone that I can do a bulk photography session, and then wherever I am, I can always list, because I have this backlog of photos. And that is the system that works best for me, because then I can just list as and when, rather than, you know, photographing 10 items, then immediately listing 10 items. With my routine and my schedule, especially at the moment with working full time, that is the way that works best for me, and it always has done, really. Means I can list on my lunch break at work, or even whilst I'm commuting, although a lot of the time on my commute I don't have phone signal, so what I'll do is make drafts and then I can list them when I have signal again, to really maximise my commute time, because I do commute for about an hour and a half a day. It's sort of 45-50 minutes each way, so that maximises that time, which is great. And obviously also, if I get on a night when I've got some downtime at home or wherever I am, I can get listing. And I've had some decent-ish sales. I'm going to do a separate video on my eBay sales to show you what I've been selling recently. Things are still slow, and I know that is a combination of me having not really been listing that much, or not consistently listing, and also just the market at the moment. I know that Cheryl, Pound Girl Reseller, she posted an Instagram post the other day, and her 90-day total from this week compared to this time last year was £10,000 difference. Now, obviously, Cheryl is a very different reseller to me. She's a full-time reseller, sells more, well, basically purely homeware, retro collectible stuff that's often a lot higher value than the stuff that I'm selling. But just that as a comparison of someone who's running their business in pretty much the same way they were running it last year, and there's a £10,000 difference in their 90-day total, really shows what state eBay is in at the moment. So I think I said previously, I'm paying for zip sale again now, because when you pay for it, you obviously get more listings, and also you get the automatic delisting when something sells on a platform, although I will say that is quite glitchy, and I'm still having to check that everything's been delisted, because it only seems to delist half the stuff that I'm selling. Not sure why. But, sorry, I feel like I'm speaking at 100 miles an hour. But yeah, so I've got zip sale back, and for the reason of I want to put as much on Vinted as I have on eBay, because I seem to be selling just as much on Vinted as I am doing on eBay. So, you know, eBay used to be the majority of my sales. I'd say like 80%, and Vinted is maybe 20%. But at the moment, it's pretty much 50-50, and it is quite minimal. I do need to improve that, because I paid for my holiday. That was over £1,000. I had to have the brake pads and discs changed on my car, and that was almost £500. And then this week, I had the fantastic experience of breaking down on a busy crossroads in Peckham. My car died on me, couldn't restart it. There was not even enough power in a battery to put my hazards on or even lock the car. Like, there was no central locking anymore. And I have a skeleton key, because it's you know, fob lock. I have a skeleton key within that, but the only doors that it locks are the front doors. It doesn't lock the rear doors. Explain to me why that is. So yeah, had to pay. I thought I had roadside assistance. I didn't, so I had to pay £250 to the AA to come and rescue me. And then the garage came and collected my car. It was just a new battery, which I was kind of relieved by because we thought it might be the alternator, which would have been about £1,000 to replace. But because it was just a battery, it was £340. But I still £340 plus 250, so that's £590 I've spent this week that I wasn't planning on. So I spent almost 1,100 on my car. The holiday was about 1,100. So that's £2,200 that I've spent recently, aside from my usual spending habits, which, yeah, it's not fun. But obviously, I mean, the holiday was a lot of fun, worth the money, but the car stuff, no one ever wants to pay for car repairs. What person in their right mind wants to pay for that? So, yeah, all that to say, I am focusing now on listing, get some more money through the door, help recover my savings account because that was looking kind of healthy and now it is pretty much non-existent. And I really want to have that buffer back again, especially as I am going back to uni at the start of October. So I've only got 3 weeks left of working full time. So obviously that income is going to reduce. I have just had agreement from my company that I can work for them 2 days a week. But I'll be working freelance as a contractor, which is quite fun because basically my own boss. Obviously, I've still got to get the work done, but things like working from home and choosing how often I can work is fantastic, especially when it comes to uni deadlines. Yeah, that's really going to help. And I will be negotiating my hourly rates with them, which will be quite a bit higher than what my current hourly rate works out as, because obviously currently I'm on salary. But because I've technically got my own overheads to cover as a self-employed person, my hourly rate will be significantly more than what it currently works out as. Because also the other thing is that I won't get holiday pay or pension contributions or sick pay, all of that stuff, health insurance, dental insurance, yada yada. So that's obviously a good thing because it means that although I'm only going to be working 2 days a week, I'm still going to have hopefully quite a decent income from that. But yes, eBay will certainly be also a big factor in my income, which I need because living costs in London, as you all will be aware, are pretty extortionate. You know, by the time I've paid my rent and bills every month, I am past the 4-figure mark. Plus on top of that, you've got to do all your food shopping, got to pay for my car insurance, the mortgage on my house, all that kind of stuff. And yes, I do have the rental income, but that pays the mortgage and not a lot else more. So anyway, I feel like a bit of a broken record saying all of that, but that is the situation I'm in at the moment. But I'm in a great situation now that I have this big bank of photos to crack on with listing. I feel productive that I'm getting through a backlog now. My nan's house is empty of any eBay stock, so that's great. It's made my mum happier. My parents' house is pretty much empty of any eBay stock. There's like one shelf in a cupboard that I've still got, but that's it. So yeah, feeling much better about that. But that's pretty much where I am right now. I just thought I'd come and update you, and I shall leave you with some images of the stuff that I've been photographing recently. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all again soon in my next video, and stay to see what I will be listing over the next few weeks.